Yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it. There are a lot of things that PNG tubing can offer and a lot of things that PNG tubers are doing that are like super overlooked. I know there's like a stigma where people like don't really like PNG tubers because they might be super into VTuber culture or like how the fluidity of how like characters can move around being, you know, anime Muppets basically. But let me explain. Like when your character is a nice little bouncy PNG that you can change your expressions with, through editing, not having to deal with managing with like really stiff movement in some videos or clips that you make is super nice. Maybe it's just me, but I like being like the little baby that gets a little keys dangled in front of, ooh, look at the little cool thing, ooh. I like it though, it's really simple, it's really nice. It's fun to work with. Now you could probably be saying like, oh, okay, cool, this could be just your opinion, which is, it's fair. But personally, I feel like widely, PNGTuber is like a little more accepted, and there are popular, very popular examples, which you might not think of. MatPat, for one, is probably one of the most popular PNGTuber ever, swapping out different expressions for different moods to add up to what he's already saying, just to amplify it. Really, really nice things you do, but you can probably throw the argument of like, oh, but I do live stream content, like that doesn't matter for me, right? Which, you know, it's fair. Like, let's say if you're doing just chatting content, people would want something more with, you know, a little bit more fluidity instead of having like a little PNG in the corner and maybe bouncing around with like the PNGTuber Plus stuff. Very good thing to look up, PNGTuber Plus. But yeah, I get that. But in my opinion, if you pay attention to things that PNGTuber content creators are doing, like holy, like if you go on TikTok and scroll through, a lot of them aren't just grabbing stream clips and just putting it out there. They're building stories. In my opinion, because they're not focusing heavily on like aesthetic and design for like, you know, anime Muppeteering, you know, pretty much they're focusing mostly on story building, which does happen in VTubing. Like you have your Rin Penrose, your Cherry Lupina, a lot of other like VTubers that are putting like heavy effort into building up entertainment through story and editing. But in my opinion, a vast majority of VTubers don't do that whatsoever, and I get it, because that shit's hard. It's actually hard. I feel like that's a better way of success than like grabbing stream clip and then putting it out there, which it is very fun to do that. I think what's issue is though, ooh, this is gonna be rough to say, and I fall victim to this as well. But if you're not entertaining and you're pulling out shorts or content that isn't super like entertaining, chances are it's gonna be harder on for people to edit and have fun with it, because building good stories is a way to get people to like hook into what you're talking about. Like you have content creators who aren't VTubing or PNGTubing that are just straight up just talking about stuff, like Asmongold, Pirate Software. People are just building stories off of just thin air. Are these also stream clips too? Yeah, they're also stream clips. But my point being, focusing more on just building stories will make your content more entertaining in general if you're like not super built for being like a super entertaining creator. If you enjoyed this little rant, give a like, and if you disagreed, hey, let me know.